3, 2, 1, 0.
I'ma press play every time.
The funny don't stop, so the funny don't stop, hey. The funny don't stop, so the funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, so the funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, so the funny don't stop, hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Man, I love that intro. I love that intro. What up, people? My name is Alex Thomas, and I'm your host. Wow.
You got to put the names out.
Savvy Amusing is in the building. Give it up for Savvy Amusing. What up, Savvy? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing real good, man. You know, it's crazy because when you've been doing the show for so long, and you're in the rhythm of the Funny Don't Stop Show.
I hear you. What up, Said Brass? How you feel, brother?
Yeah, it's all great. This is Said Brass in the building, ready to get it going and get a lot of stuff off my chest.
Come on, man. That's what we do every week. This is Therapeutic. Doc Clark, how you feel, brother?
It's your boy DLC. I'm good. Hanging in there. You know how with another Tuesday. Ready to go.
Another Tuesday, man. What's up, Betsy Cox?
What's up? I'm about to pose for Doc's Polaroid picture.
Oh, okay. I'm loving the hairstyle. You coming from a photo shoot or something?
No, I washed my hair last night.
Oh, that's good. Pantene?
I left it wet, and then I had to curl over the natural curl, so it's even bigger today.
Wait a second. You mean you curled over the natural curls?
Mm-hmm. Because if I don't curl over the natural curls, y'all will be asking me to sing a little Skid Row song in this month.
Oh, okay. I have no clue what that means, but I was just asking.
White people problems. White people problems.
Raul, what's up, Raul?
Hey, what's up, Alex? How y'all doing today, man?
Man, I'm good. How you, man? I see. I like that backdrop you got, man. Because
man. I had to put a little dedication for the homie that's gonna be on the show today.
Come on, man. We got a Hall of Famer that's gonna join us in the building in a little bit. That's a blessing in itself. But I'm gonna get just straight into the show, man. Before he comes on, I just want to say that I wish the two cops. They were ambushed and shot in Compton. I'm just wishing them a speedy recovery, man. It's a very sad situation. I'm pretty sure you guys all saw it. The whole world saw it. It's unfortunate that things like this are happening. I just want to say, just straight up, that's not accepted anywhere on the planet. It's not all right. I'm very upset what's going on between cops and black people and minorities all over the world, but that's not the answer. The whole eye for an eye thing and people just running up and shooting innocent cops like that. Not all bad cops are bad cops, period. The bottom line is, we need cops. Let's just be honest, man. The first thing, if a situation happens, whether it's somebody robs your house or somebody gets hurt out in the street, somebody gets shot, the first thing we do is call the cops for help. So we cannot put that cloud over them that all cops are bad cops. It's very unfortunate what just recently happened. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's now a $200,000 reward out there for anybody that has any answers, man. It's just unfortunate. What's your feeling on this, Savvy?
Oh, man, well, I'm going to take the professional approach, man. I learned from back in the day, man, when the great minister Elijah Muhammad advised Malcolm X to not speak on a certain situation. Mm-hmm. So, I feel two ways about it, man. But I fully agree with what you're talking about. All cops are not bad cops. You know what I'm saying? We need them people to protect us. We need those people to protect property. And it's very unfortunate in a catastrophic situation on what happened to these officers, and I hope the person that did it is brought to justice, man. But I just simply, not trying to flip the coin here, but I just simply wish it was the same energy when it happened to us, man. That's
exactly. And it's crazy you say that, because Raul and I were talking a little earlier about the whole how they have $200,000 out, that quick, that fast to get some answers. Yeah. Is that same type of thing? Is it reciprocated when it's a black man that's just strangled on the street or choked out on the street or killed on the street. You get what I'm saying? So just to let you guys know, it's kind of, and keep that right there while I'm talking, Raul. The sheriff of Compton kind of put LeBron James on the hot seat, and he started a challenge to see if, LeBron could match that or at least give $175,000 to like up the ante to get somebody to speak. And I just think it's a little unfair because LeBron does so much for the community. He's not God. He can't answer all the questions. That man is still hurt and upset what is going on with his people all over the world. And that's why he started It Is More Than a Vote. That's why they're wearing I Can't Breathe t-shirts. That's why we're taking knees. So the last thing you could think is that he's going to put out money to help the cops, and you haven't helped our people yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. They're human too. They need help. And those were two innocent transportation cops. These guys work on the bus stations and the sub. They're not the people that were out there choking and killing people. You get what I'm saying? But what's your feeling on that, man? Raul, we were talking about that. What's your feeling on them putting LeBron on the spot like that?
Man, I just feel like the same kind of thing, man. It's like, just because of some cops, it happened to some cops, man. They're gonna put the pressure on LeBron. That's like, look, man, we got so many innocent people dying out there by cops' hands, and that's like they're not doing that, with anybody else, with any of these victims, So I'm kind of like, it's kind of I just feel it's kind of wrong that they put LeBron on blast like that, man, and just try to ask him for that money when you already know what he's been fighting for already. You know what I'm saying? So,
What's your feeling, Sid?
Yeah, I think I'm rubbing off on Savvy, man, because he's already like saying my sentiments, and we hadn't even talked about this yet. That's kind of like 100% like right what I was on. Not to make light of the scenario. I think any death, any innocent death, is gonna always be something that we always do not adhere to, that we're gonna always condemn. But I think that we look at all of these different scenarios as learning lessons, and we learn from these scenarios and say, where's this same outrage in all other aspects of life, on the police force and everything. So I think that that's kind of like where I've been coming from with the scenario. And as far as LeBron James, I think it's kind of funny. I think, I speak about this a lot on this show, dog whistling. And so I see these type of scenarios as not really on their face saying he's pleading to LeBron James, but more so making him the focal point of, see, here's another black man not helping out in a scenario.
Yeah.
Now you see these kind of like dog whistling terms to actually speak to white supremacy. It has nothing to do with LeBron James, so say, helping or put money. I already know he's not going to do it. So it's to actually charge it and throw it in our face and actually incite us to be upset or incite us to say something to make us slip and fall. So I like the fact that LeBron James has not responded. I think the best thing that he can do is not respond at all, because there's no really response that he's going to be a win. It's a lose-lose scenario for him. If he gives money, he loses ground with his black constituency. And if he says he's not giving any money, all that does is make the police say, see, these athletes, they're not for us. They're only for their own specific causes. So I think the best thing for LeBron James is to not say nothing at all.
Doc, what you feel?
I mean, I kind of agree with what everybody is saying. I think it's unfair to single out LeBron James as opposed to, let's just say that you're trying to get, you're trying to get some support from, if it's athletes or entertainment industry or whatever it may be, just to, continue to highlight the situation. Then it should be just not singled out to someone. It should be something that's kind of set out to everyone. Hey, we're looking for some support. If anybody out there can help us, match our dollars because we're trying to, amp up, trying to find out who did this. I would agree with that, as opposed to singling out LeBron James, and now you're kind of switching the narrative, and you're putting that's just not fair.
Well, the sheriff obviously went after the biggest fish in the pond. He said, there's nobody bigger and active in this city right now than that superstar. Obviously, there's the Magic Johnsons and people, but we're just talking about right now young, in everybody's face. You know, that's what he did. So it's just kind of unfortunate that they did that because I hate to say it, it's one of their own. So they're pulling out all stops.
Yeah, it's
anything that can help. You get what I'm saying? Betsy, what's your feeling?
I think they should have singled out the president of the United States.
Thank you. Thank you, Betsy.
I mean, that's who you should be asking for help. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Not a basketball player, because I think LeBron James is more worried about helping people who are struggling right now and not
absolutely
COVID. People can't even pay their bills right now. People are about to go homeless. We're trying to figure that out right now.
Right.
People have lost their house from fires right now. Like,
right.
We need people with that kind of money to help them. So let's single out the president of the United States and ask him for help on the situation.
Well, I hate to say this. I hate to say this, you guys, but I know there's an old saying called "snitches get stitches." But let me tell you something. If it does get up to 200,000, and let's say we go another week, and let's just say by Friday, if it gets up to like let's say $1 million, they're gonna start getting all kind of calls from people. Okay, people gonna be coming out the woodwork like, look here, you ain't heard it from me, but his mama live on Greenleaf, okay, and you ain't heard it from me, but there might be a brown Cadillac out in front of the house. You ain't heard it from me, but when you knock on the door, ask for Frank. Where my check?
They're gonna
Where my check?
Come on, cause nigga, money talks. Don't let that shit get up to 2 million. There's gonna be people there with photo albums and all kind of shit.
What's ironic to me is when you look at the video, the person who committed the crime, they weren't that fast of a runner. I'm like, how did they get away? They kind of looked like they were struggling to run. They were kind of wobbling. Like
I hate to say it. I hate to say this, and I am not trying to be funny when I say this. Raul, I know you have that other picture. You have the picture of the actual shooter at the car. I gave you that. But I got to say this. I'm not trying to be funny. But is it just me, or did it look like it was a midget?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how.
It looked like a straight Hobbit did that shit, bro.
Exactly. Like,
nigga, I thought it was Yoda from Star Wars. I didn't even know.
Nah.
I mean, he barely was able to get to the window. Like it was like, and then when he ran, it was like a little wobble.
It was a wobble.
Yeah, it was a wobble. It could have been some disabled person that was mad at some shit. You know, got kicked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Walter Jones, what's up? By the way, that's my boy Walter Jones. He's famous because he was the only black Power Ranger. I don't know if we have any Power Ranger friends or people that ever watch Power Rangers. Is anybody familiar with Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, big time.
You know there was one black Power Ranger, right?
Yeah, the Black Ranger. He was a Black Ranger too.
That's Walter. That's Walter. He just and of course they made him black, and his outfit was black and everything.
Everything was black.
He was the only Power Ranger rocking Jordans and shit. Nigga smoked Newports during breaks.
He was the Wakanda Ranger. He was the Wakanda Ranger.
Oh, Wakanda? Yeah, way before Wakanda.
Way before Wakanda. He was all black. That was our first black superhero, the Black Ranger.
I mean, for real, Savvy. Savvy, so your generation, because you're a whole generation after me, did you really watch Power Rangers?
Yeah, faithfully.
Okay, because see, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. I was
nigga, I know the whole song, nigga. Don't get me going, nigga.
See, I'm going to be real with you. I was a grown-ass man by that time, and Walter, the Black Ranger, just happened to really be my friend, just an actor in Hollywood. So I was a grown-ass man. That'd be like I was grown. So when people say, remember Bow Wow's first album? Nigga, I was grown and fucking in clubs. And the last thing I was doing was listening to Bow Wow albums. You know what I mean?
I watched it faithfully, boy.
Were you ever a Power Ranger on a Halloween?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I never was a Power Ranger on Halloween, man, but I used to watch that shit faithful. I couldn't wait till it came on, man.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
That's crazy. Yeah, but that's shout out to my boy Walter. He's watching the show right now. Is our boy in the waiting room at all? Said or
not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so I'm gonna get on to this next topic real quick. I was watching. This is just so off, crazy left field. Me and my wife were watching the news, right? And a lot of things are happening during this pandemic that you just really would never, ever think about until something comes up on the news, right? Has anybody on this show ever hired a nude housekeeper or a topless housekeeper? Do you know that they say that they are at an all-time high during the pandemic? Raul, you laughing like you looking at a butt-naked chick sweeping right now in your living room. They say naked housekeeping is at an all-time high. I'm just throwing a question out there. Somebody talk.
It's legal, man.
That's legal. Yeah. Somebody naked to clean your house?
Tell them about it, Raul.
Ah, man, I don't know about it. I don't physically know about it.
Hey, flip your camera right now so we can see. Yeah, so we can see that porno star washing your dishes right now.
Right, scrubbing my floors. I got him over here like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off on the floor, bro.
Hey, show us a picture of that one you just had at your house the other day. Show us a picture real quick. Real quick, show the picture, Raul.
He said, show the picture.
Yeah, the one that when I came by to drop something off. There she is. There she is. That's Raul's virtual kitchen and everything.
Right.
He told me she did a deep cleanse.
I think Alex be hiring them, man, because we just seen Alex plenty of times just get up and walk off.
Oh, yeah,
speaking Spanish and shit. Like, hold on,
wait a second. Are you forgetting that I'm married?
No, I ain't forgot.
That is the last thing on God's green earth that my wife is gonna let some big booty Mexican chick come in here butt naked and wash my underwear.
I gotta be honest. If I found out my husband hired anybody like that,
you wouldn't be mad.
Full time low, 6 feet under. Period. Done.
No, but hold up. How about this? I did my little research, right? And they literally have a menu. They're like $50 an hour to clean up with just panties and topless. And then it's $100 an hour if it's a thong and topless. And then it's $150 an hour if it's just completely asshole naked.
Are you serious?
I am dead. Yeah. There it is. There it is right there.
I see the vans all the time.
I see the vans all the time too.
You seen the van?
Man, these vans stay down my street.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they're always in the valley.
Hey, listen, you hire somebody like that, they make you a cup of coffee, you probably getting chlamydia in your coffee. I'm just like, on that van.
Wait. Turn the camera back on. Turn the camera. See, there you go. There's another one.
There you go. She's in the kitchen.
She's serving that chlamydia.
Yep, her nickname
chlamydia.
Yeah, her nickname is Home Wrecker. Is what her name. That's her middle name. and her panties smell like Dove. Wait. Put a single on Savvy real quick, please. Like a single shot just on Savvy's. Okay, Savvy. Those blinds right behind you to your left.
Yeah,
they look a little dusty. So look, I'm looking at the menu right now, and they say that's $1,000 an hour for a deep cleanse.
Oh, I'm cool. No, I can't have that, man. I can't have. No, you got to remember, I may not be married, nigga, but I'm in a relationship too. I can't have no Colombian bitch in my house, nigga. If I hire a maid, nigga, she gotta be like Alice, nigga. That's
yeah, exactly. Same thing here. If I had a maid over here, she'd have to look like Whoopi Goldberg in a throwback jersey. So my wife come home and be like, "Who is this gorilla out in there cleaning our dishes?"
Nigga, that's the only way, nigga. It can't be a slight chance that I might be attracted to a nigga. Or it ain't gonna happen.
So Alex, our guest is in the room. Let's bring him in and intro him in and see what his thoughts is on that.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the Funny Don't Stop show for the first time, my friend, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest football players of all time, out of Waco, Texas. Make some noise right now for LaDainian Tomlinson in the building. LT.
Yo,
what it do, bro?
What's going on, my man?
How you doing?
I'm
man,
doing well.
We are chilling. Were you in your movie theater?
Yeah, I'm in the movie theater. Yeah.
Okay, y'all are laughing, but not only have I been to his movie theater at his house is nicer than the real AMC movie theaters you go to see Star Wars. Okay.
Hey, Alex, you tell him about the time you pulled up at my house and got some strawberries, whipped cream, and took it back to the golf course. You tell him about that, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
This
LT,
man just
that
knocked
is
on
a
my
famous.
door one time, man, asking for some strawberries with whipped cream, so he can take back to the golf course. Didn't ask me, do I want to come play golf with him?
Right. Hey, when I tell you, it was like it wasn't planned, you guys. Like literally. First of all, I've been friends with LT damn near 20 years. I knew that he was from Texas. I didn't know exactly where he lived, but we're friends. I played in his golf tournaments, families, all that kind of stuff, right? I was literally on like, what hole was that? What hole is your house on?
12.
I'm on the 12th hole, and these white guys go, my ball actually went towards his house. And I was like, God damn, that is the biggest house I've ever seen in my life. And the white guy was like, well, you know, a famous football player lives there. I was like, oh, really? Who? This guy named LaDainian Tomlinson. I was like, I called a white boy a nigga. I said, nigga, shut up. I was like, are you serious? He's like, no, really. He lives there. I was like, you're bullshitting with me, man. So I pull out my phone, and the two white guys are like, dude, are you really going to call him? So I called LT, and he didn't answer the phone. And I was like, so how do I get to his house? He's like, oh, no. We're members at this country club. You can't just drive up to people's house. I was like, I know that nigga, okay? The white boys pulled up. Literally, I am in my cart, and they are behind me, and they could not believe that I walked up to his door and rang the doorbell. And his wife, his beautiful wife, answered the door. She's like,
no, my mother-in-law did.
Oh no, your mother-in-law, yeah.
And she healed you up. She was like,
yeah.
I don't know if he's here. Who are you? And you're like, I'm Alex. I'm Alex Thomas. He know me. And then my wife walks around the corner and she's like, Alex, what the hell are you doing over here?
No, I'm gonna help you with that. LT. She said, Alex, how the hell did you get into this gated community?
You're right.
That's what she said. So I had to go through 2 forms of security, and then I was like, is LT here? She goes, nigga, I guess. Hold on. And then she went, this nigga came out, looked at me like, nigga, how did you get in here? It was the funniest thing ever. I said, look, I got to make it quick. I got 3 guys, white guys outside. They're with me. They didn't believe I knew you. You got anything in your refrigerator that I can show some good hospitality to 2 white people? And being the nigga LT is, he said, nigga, go look in the refrigerator.
For real.
I went in the refrigerator and I had to like move the chicken wings out the plate. I had to move the yams out the way. I had to meet the peach cobbler. I had to move all that shit out the way. And I came in there, I said, look here, I got some strawberries and some whipped cream. Can I bring this out to the white guys? That nigga fell out laughing. I went outside. The rest was shit. It was like a family reunion out on this front lawn.
For real. It was crazy.
That was one of the craziest
stories ever.
How you been, LT?
Man, I'm great, man. Football season has popped off, as you guys know. So I'm so excited, man, to get back into watching the games, talking about football. Everything football right now. Well, I shouldn't say everything because we got some huge NBA action going on.
Oh,
tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, but we're going to start with football. We're going to start with football.
Okay.
Your boys won yesterday. Are you happy?
Of course I'm happy. Of course I'm happy, man. Anytime you can get a win, it's you take it. And it was on the road to the #1 pick in the draft, Joe Burrow, who he looked like he's going to be the real deal now, Alex. He looked like
no. He looked like he's going to be the real deal. But wait, I got it. No, he did. I got to ask you a real quick question. Have you been able to go and actually visit and do a tour of the brand new stadium in Inglewood? I've been meaning to ask you that.
So I toured it right before it got done. So I haven't seen the finishing stadium. Yeah, I haven't seen it finished.
Man,
hopefully in a couple of months, man, I'll be able to come back out to California and go check out a game and check out the stadium.
And definitely bring them damn golf clubs because we got to go at it on that golf course.
That's right. That's right.
Definitely. Hey man, I noticed you got some fresh new twists. Did the girl just finish hooking the hair up about 10 minutes ago? I mean, damn, you photo shoot fresh, bro.
Actually, just about 2 weeks old, man. I just keep it fresh, man. I keep it fresh.
On, man.
All you have to do with the twist when you get up in the morning, man, you just grab the blow dryer. That's what a lot of people don't know. Get some spray and you grab the blow dryer and them things wake up.
Right. So look, I know my boy Savvy. I want to introduce you to all my friends. I got my boy Doc Clark in the building. That's Doc right there. I got my producer Raul right there.
LT, how you doing?
I got my boy Savvy Amusing in the building. He's another sports fanatic. I got my girl. Come on, man. I got my girl Betsy Cox in the building. What's up? Say hi, Betsy.
Hello.
And of course, I got my boy Ced Brass in the building. He actually is an alumni of Prairie View. You know anything about Prairie View?
I know a little bit about it. Of course I do. I know their colors are purple.
I was just about to say that. Hey, so let me ask you a question real quick, man. As far as being a Hall of Famer, it was something I was going to ask you this when I came to your house. I was going to say, brother, where do you keep your Hall of Fame blazer, and do you ever wear it?
I keep it in the closet, kind of in the little bag by itself. And
a bag?
Yeah, man, you just kind of, you tuck it away, and I don't ever wear it. To be honest with you, you kind of forget about it, man. You kind of forget that you have it after a while. It's been like 3 years now since I went in. The only time I really wear it when people ask me to, like you go to these events, they say, hey, can you wear your Hall of Fame jacket? And, you charge them an extra fee for that. Hall of Fame jacket.
Right. Well, LT, I'm going to let you in on a little hood shit right now. If I had a Hall of Fame blazer, I'd be wearing that bitch to the Cheesecake Factory and IHOP. Do you understand? I'm going to be able to get a table anywhere.
Why the IHOP though?
Hey, because if it's packed and they ain't got no one, I will pull the blazer out and put that little badge in their face. Be like, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm trying to get these goddamn pancakes with these extra raisins in it, okay?
You know how much you would have to get that thing clean? You already have to get it clean all the time. Every time you go somewhere, you're going to spill something on it.
Right.
You're going to spill something on it. Especially, you eating pancakes and whatnot. Exactly.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, man, who is like a few of your favorite young backs in the league now? Like dudes that when you look at them, you be like, God damn, dude got game, or he might remind me of me a little bit, or like who are some of the guys you like in the league right now?
Man, one guy, Saquon Barkley. I know he had a tough one last night. Them Steelers.
Yeah, he did.
Steelers were on him. But man, the talent is undeniable, man. You see the explosive talent, the home run hitting ability that he has. Yeah. So he's one guy that I really enjoy watching. Christian McCaffrey, I love his versatility.
Can we talk about that?
That was the one thing. That was the one thing for me that I took pride in, his versatility. Because
I'm happy you brought him up.
I'm happy you brought him up, Alex.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So the one thing about it is they already try to devalue the running back position. So if you can't do everything, they're gonna devalue you. They're gonna try to give you less money, and so don't give them a reason to. Guys like Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley that can do it all. What's the argument about it when it comes time to pay those guys? What's the argument?
Hey man, let's just keep it real. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I am a sports fanatic, NFL fanatic, and I can't remember the last time in my lifetime that there was an amazing white boy running back. That's just not their position. And for that dude McCaffrey to do what he's doing, hey man, that is super impressive. That's just not a position you see white dudes at. And I meant to ask you, brother to brother, man to man, why is that? Like, why don't you see more white running backs? And do you think because he's doing what he's doing, do you think he'll inspire more young white dudes to be running backs?
I think the first reason you don't see it is, most white guys, when they come out to play football, they're not going out to play running back position. That's just not what they're going out to play.
Because
I don't know what I don't know why they want to play running back. Hey, it's a hard position. I'm gonna tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, you're the last. You're behind everybody. You got 11 killers on the other side of the football trying to knock your head off. Who wants that?
Who want that smoke? Who want that smoke?
Exactly. So you got to be a different type of dude to say, man, I'm finna get through all these dudes. I'm gonna show you I'm the coldest out here. Give me the ball.
No, exactly.
Like, it takes a special type of dude. And so, most of the time, I think, if you got the size, you're gonna go play quarterback. That's number one.
Right.
If you got the size, meaning 6 foot or better, you're gonna go play quarterback. Let me get back to Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
He has the genes, though, brother. You know who his father is, right?
He played with the Broncos. Right, he played with the Broncos.
And so the genes are there. His dad was fast, playing wide receiver.
He was.
You know what I mean? And so this kid was just a playmaker that happened. They put him in the backfield. They put him at wide receiver. They put him at all over the place. And he was a playmaker, but he himself chose to be a running back. And sometimes you do get white guys every now and then that play running back. But not special like this kid, though. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah. So my boy, shout out to my boy Sid Nolan out in Chicago. He just asked a question. He said, ask LT what's he feel about Cam Newton, taking over Tom Brady's job out there in New England. I mean, they got that win yesterday, and you see he still does what he does. He two running quarterbacks. I mean, two touchdowns. What's your feeling? How long is that gonna last? I mean, does he have to stay in the pocket with that Bill Belichick system? Talk to us about that.
Well, let me first say it's good to see Cameron Newton healthy. Let me say that. It's been a while since we've seen him on the football field and healthy. I don't like how much they ran him, honestly.
I thought about that too, LT.
I thought it was too much. A guy that's coming off those type of injuries. And here's the other thing, Alice, that we got to think about, man. This is a 1-year contract, okay?
Yeah.
Like, they can use him up.
Right.
Break him up and then just let him go. You see what I'm saying? So Cam got to be smart about this. He got to start to protect himself because there's another contract out there for Cam if he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy.
It probably ain't going to be in New England, brother.
Isn't that a gift and a curse? So let's say that, obviously he wants to protect himself and he doesn't perform like folks expect him to. How much harder will it be for him to get that contract the next year if his numbers aren't warranting that?
Yeah, good question.
I think, what the NFL does, if you show them talent in spurts, it don't have to be, every game. It don't have to be as consistent as we think it is. He just had a great week 1, right? So we're talking about that. In their minds, Cam still got it right now.
Right.
Cam still got it. You know what I mean? And so if I'm Cam, I'm thinking about, man, there's a contract right now on the table for me. Yeah. I can't run the football 15 times a game.
Right.
I can't do that. That's not smart. Yeah.
I got to ask you a question. And I'm glad you brought that up. Does he run those plays himself because it was an option and there was nothing in that play, so he had to run it? Or do you think Belichick, as smart as he is, why do you think he would design that many plays knowing what you just said? Why would they do that?
Yeah, but well, they don't have Cam for the long term. They're not thinking about, the next 10 years with Cam Newton. They're not thinking about that.
Right.
They're thinking about winning right now.
Let's get everything
Bill Belichick has always taken advantage of, discount deals like this.
Right,
remember, Tom Brady took a discount deal for 20 years.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And so this is what that organization does.
All right.
I had a quick question or comment and see what you guys want to think about it. And it's along the lines of this same topic, speaking on positions. This is the first time ever, unprecedentedly, that you had 10 starting black quarterbacks in the league. So coming from a cultural perspective, being a black man, what are your thoughts on finally seeing the NFL see more representation of black quarterbacks in the NFL?
Good question.
Well, I think it's great for the game, no question about it. We all know that NFL is over 70% black, and so I think it's inevitable that you're going to have a number of black quarterbacks that come into the league that are successful, not just coming into the league as backups, guys
Lamar
that are
Jackson.
MVP calendar. Absolutely.
Right.
I think, especially when I want you to think about this now.
Super Bowl winner.
The NFL basically follows the college game. So what do these quarterbacks in college do a lot?
Yeah.
They're mobile, they move around, they run with the football. And now we're seeing that more and more in the NFL because that's football evolution. That's how it goes. And so the more that football's played like that, the more we're going to see black quarterbacks playing the position. It's going to become the norm,
and just
because
to add,
it's easier.
Exactly.
It's easier to play the game that way when you have a mobile quarterback. That's what it is.
And just to add to what you said, just as a proud black man and a fact, last year was actually the first time in NFL history we had a black quarterback that won a Super Bowl and an MVP in the same year.
Yeah.
How about them apples?
Yeah.
That was huge.
Special.
That kind of just let me know, like you said, LT, we're at least moving in the right direction. Which leads me to my next question. If you were in the league today, would you be one of those brothers that would take that knee because of the racial injustice and the bullshit that's going on off the field?
Don't say that.
Well, I'll say this, man. To me, that's a team decision. Like when I feel like just as we saw the Los Angeles Chargers do something together as a team, when, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, they decided not to hold their scrimmage. So they had the media there and they didn't scrimmage in front of the media. Instead, they had a message. They talked about what they wanted to do and they did it together. I think initially my thought would be, because of the anger that I've experienced and, just the disappointment in what this country is going through.
Yeah.
I think initially, I would want to do it. But at the same time, I got to think about the team and what messages it's sending and what are we going to do after we kneel?
I know.
Because at the end of the day, it's one thing to have a protest and kneel and demonstrate and bring attention to the problem. Then it's the next thing to have to do something about it, put action behind it. So that's the thing that I think most of us, we should be beyond kneeling now. Like I'm tired of talking about this. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this for 400 years. About change,
but unfortunately, LT, the shit keeps happening, and it's like here's my feeling on this. These athletes are not politicians, and we understand that. So they're not going to come with a solution immediately. But I am happy that these young brothers are realizing that they have a platform and that there are millions of people watching. And at the end of the day, all people love sports. I love that, the NBA came together, the NFL, even super white sports like hockey, where there's only 2 black people in the whole league. The white dudes were taking knees, because it was so prevalent and so in our face what happened to George Floyd. Now, we all know that George Floyd was just one person. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. You understand? But something had to be done. It was just like we had to do something. And I hear what you're saying. We're done kneeling, and I wish we had an answer, but I think that we're going in the right position. My question to you is, finish what you're going to say.
No, I was going to say we are going in the right direction, and I'm glad you brought up the fact that a lot of the athletes are taking this position and doing something. Because when you think about it, the athletes, they are the biggest voices.
Period.
They have the biggest microphone in their community, where they're from, where we're from, these communities that we grow up in. When we make it out, we have the biggest voice. And for so long, they wanted us to be silent.
Shut up and dribble.
Just
play football. You're making millions. Why you? That's the thing that hurt me the most. And I hate. It feels like I'm constantly getting racial, but I hate when they say you're making millions. Just play football, almost as if to say you're not them anymore. What they don't understand, and we all know when I say the word they don't understand is What you don't understand, sir, what you don't understand, owner, is that I'm the only one that made it out of my family.
Right.
My family, my cousins, my uncles, my nieces, they are still in those trenches right now. And even though they might be rolling around in an 82 Impala, I can get pulled over in my $300,000 Bentley and the same thing could happen. So I'm never so far distanced that I could say, forget my people. And that's what they don't understand. They think that, wow, you've made it out. Why don't you just, shut up and just play? No, man. Our people are still in this struggle.
Yeah, and I guess I struggle with, as being conscious and trying to make sure we amplify the message out there. And I struggle, and I love to get LT's perspective on this, which is, at what limit is it the NFL's responsibility to actually amplify and push social awareness issues that don't affect the NFL? Is it somewhat not the NFL's responsibility, or what limit do we bear as African Americans in making sure our jobs? If I work at McDonald's, do I get to tell the owner of McDonald's, hey, you need to actually amplify causes that I face outside of your employment facility? So looking in that type of lens and perspective, what limit do you think we should have as African Americans in making sure that it's the NFL's responsibility to bear what we partake on outside of the NFL?
Yeah, well, listen, players, they run the league, all right? So we know the owners, they own it. At the end of the day, if the players don't play, then there's no money that's made. And I think that's why players are starting to understand the power that they do have at a certain level now. But when we're talking about changing policies and legislation, I believe the influence has to come from the NFL, the owners. You know why? Because they have paid for power and influence in a political realm. Yeah. They know these politicians. They host events for these presidents, future presidents. They host events for them. So at the end of the day, if
they donate.
Circles,
LT, they donate to these presidential campaigns.
Yes. Right.
Trust me, billionaires know billionaires.
Yes.
Right.
And so there is some responsibility as athletes that you can invoke your power. Absolutely. Yeah. Especially the ones that are, the high profile guys, the ones that are making the money.
Right.
The two highest paid NFL guys are now black. Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. So if these guys start to take more of a, proactive approach with their owners about making some changes at that level, then it's going to happen.
Okay, speaking of that.
They now have that type of power.
Speaking of that, you brought up a great segue that I was going to ask you. Do any of these young dudes in the league ever just hit you up? Ask a OG, somebody that's been there and done that, either advice or, yo, LT, what am I doing wrong? Or how could I get better? Do any of these guys kind of look at you like a mentor? And do you actually reply to any of them, if so?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Being in the circle, being in this fraternity, and still being a part of the National Football League, absolutely. I have an opportunity to talk to a lot of different players. Obviously, because I'm a Charger, I'm always involved with our players with the Chargers. But every now and then, what's cool is, Alice and guys, like from time to time, we will get like running back coaches from different teams that'll call me up and say, hey, LT, I want you to come on a virtual Zoom and talk to my team, talk to, the running back group. We're going to ask you some questions. So I've had that a number of times where teams want me to come in and talk to their group. That's what's cool about, I think, this game and passing down knowledge at the end of the day, Alex. Just like it's no different from you, what you do, young comedians that you come across and actors and whatnot, that you share advice with and show them how to navigate that road.
Exactly.
Man. That's what it's
and
about.
The reason I ask you that, because there's a particular dude right now in the league that just did some super dumb shit. And I was like, wow, see, he don't have a big brother or somebody like LT to be like, dude, what is you thinking? Okay, the dude's name is Josh Bellamy. And he's a wide receiver in the league the last 4 or 5 years. He was Raul, you can show him the pictures. He was with, I think, the Jets just recently, but he was with the Bears right before. This dude did the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life just recently. He did a business loan, a COVID-19 business loan that they were giving to businesses that are losing money and about to go under during this pandemic, right? And the name of his company is Drip Entertainment, nigga. Drip Entertainment. They should have known just by the name of his business that what the fuck are they selling at Drip Entertainment, right? So how about he got a $1.2 million loan and spent it all in one weekend at the Gucci store, gambling at the Hard Rock Cafe, and buying jewelry. And they busted his ass. Is that not the dumbest shit? Like, dude, there's people out there that are really struggling. People that are really about to lose their businesses forever. And you found a way to get through the system so you can look like the goddamn Migos.
But here's the thing. Did he not think when he took that money, they weren't going to check up in on him? Like, you just got $1 million of that money. They just going to let you go.
They're just going to let you go.
They just going to forget about you and let you go?
Yeah, because you want to drip. Because you want to drip at Drip Entertainment.
Just like you said, just because he had a name like that, they said, let's watch this dude.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Just because he had a name like Drip Entertainment. Come on, man.
I think they gave it to him specifically on the premise of Drip Entertainment. Like, okay, how dumb can you be to even apply for $1 million for a PPP loan, right? So they're like, oh, this dude's got applying for it. Who is it behind it? Oh, an NFL player. I think that they already knew the intentions of what was going down, even when they dispersed the check. So, we have to watch these like traps and these rabbit holes that we fall in, because a lot of time we don't talk enough about systematic racism, but there's a lot of systematic positions put in place to watch us fall, and we fall for it. And we just got to be smart.
But see, it becomes desperation, though. And this is the bad thing about when you get to that level of the NFL and you have a taste of that life and you get a little money, you make you get a check that is larger than you ever seen in your life.
Right.
And you get addicted to that lifestyle. Yeah. You get addicted to what that check looks like, and you go searching. It's almost like people that unfortunately are on drugs, they're chasing that high, right?
Yeah.
It's the same addiction.
It's like they say, you've heard the saying, once you take a hit of crack, you're looking for that. You're looking for that same hit for the rest of your life. Yeah, I've never tried crack.
Heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But I heard once you get high once, you're like, nigga, searching for it for the rest of your life. And that's how you become a crackhead.
Thanks for breaking that down, though. That was nice. I like how you broke it.
Savvy, I know you wanted to say something because you're a huge LT and football fan, man. Talk to this man.
Yeah, man. I was wondering, because I know, in most sports, momentum is really swung and emotions is swung back and forth from the fans. So, I would like to ask you, do you feel like this affects the gameplay, that there's no fans in any of the fields or stadiums?
I think it does to a certain extent. I think it does affect defensive guys a little bit more, and here's why. Defensive guys, they play off emotions. Those guys are running into people for 60 minutes. They're trying to hit people. So they need those emotions of the crowd yelling. They need to pump themselves up. Offensive guys, we want everything quiet. We want to be able to hear the quarterback. Right. Shh, don't say nothing. Be quiet. Because we need to focus on the play and what's going on out there. So that's an advantage, I think, for the offense. But now here's the thing. When it gets late in the season, man, and it gets cold, you done play like 12 or 13 games, your body beat up, you don't feel like playing, you get to the stadium and ain't no fans there. How am I gonna get up for the game? Right. I used to look forward to those days in December. I needed the fans to get me going. So that it's gonna be different. Hopefully by then we will have some fans back in the stands.
Let's hope that this Trump dude encourages some people to wear some goddamn masks so we could really be having people back out and about in January sometime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You say maybe encourage who? You say he's gonna encourage some people.
Dude,
that you use encourage?
I did.
And the president in the same sentence, right?
I know. I'm trying not to just go so hard at his ass, but dude, this dude is a fucking joke, LT. He's a joke. He gets caught in so many lies, and I know I've said this a lot of times on our show as long as we've been on this, but it's just so messed up, man, that this dude has had allegations left and right from the beginning. They did not come out of nowhere. We know good and goddamn well if President Obama had any of these allegations, that dude would still not be president. I always say this, LT, if President Obama had jaywalked his first night in office, that nigga would have been impeached on the other side of the street. He would have went from president to PE teacher in the same week.
Yeah.
That nigga would have went from president to teaching dodgeball at the local YMCA.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm joking, but it's that serious. This dude's done everything you can think of, and there is still a chance he might win, you guys.
Correct.
Yeah. That's why we got to get out and vote, man. That's why you got to make your voice
and that's why
heard.
I said that.
And you got to educate people too, man. You got to continue to educate people on their local politicians, though. At the same time, know your local politicians, because they are the ones at the end of the day that are making these decisions at the state level that affect at the federal level.
Betsy, say what you're gonna say, because I want to say something about what LT just said.
It's like you want to be so frustrated with people who support Trump, but if you are so closed off and angry, then you can't educate them. So it's like a trick bag constantly.
He brought up something on last week's show, LT, that kind of was really disturbing. Said our boy said Brass at the bottom, and we call him Fact Man because the nigga has facts of everything. The nigga has the answer to everything. When I tell you, LT, he can give you the distance from the sun to Jupiter right now. Literally. He brought up a fact last week, man. He said that LeBron James has started this more than a vote situation, right? Which is great to open up all of the venues throughout the league, all the arenas, and make them voting spots. Because a lot of times the black folks, I don't know where to go. The machines weren't working. Nigga, you know where the Staples Center is. You know where the arena is. No excuse, right? But said came with a crazy fact, man. He said that it's a fact that only 20, I believe, said, or 40% of the NBA players right now are registered to vote. Yeah, that blew me away, LT. That blew me away, because I'm like, God damn. So we talk about other people voting. Bro, you play in the stadium. Your ass needs to vote in the locker room before y'all go out there and play.
Right. No, that's wow. That's appalling, to be honest with you.
It is.
And I don't even know what to say about that. How does that happen, though? Like, how
does that
happen?
You know what I think, LT? I hate to say it, man, because you actually used the word I did not think was going to come out your mouth. You said appalling. Nigga, I love you. I love you for using it. I would have never thought a nigga from Waco, Texas would say appalling.
Hey, I'm on TV now. I gotta up my vocabulary game now.
Hey, you can let that Waco nigga out every once in a while. It's okay. No, but LT, you know what that says to me? It tells me that this new generation, unfortunately, the only thing, I'm answering your question to the best of my ability. When you said, how does that happen? That sounds to me like I'm rich. I got so much money.
Exactly.
I made it. Nigga, the last thing I'm thinking about is the president of the United States. Okay, but now it has been flipped, brother. You are rich. You are in the league now. You did make it. But how about you start thinking about if you have kids, their future. If you have nieces and nephews and families, their future and their situation. So I'm hoping that because of all this mess, some good things come out of it, and young black men start realizing that, yes, brother, even though you listening to Migos and you got 13 cars and 19 chains and 25 side chicks, nigga, you still need to vote.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
You're absolutely right.
It's true, but sometimes I think
You're absolutely right.
also think that their voice doesn't matter.
So,
people are like, well, this
I think that's a great point that you bring up, because if I'm being honest, I remember when I first got my money. Right. You know, when I made it to the NFL, and I thought that very same thing, man. I thought, man, I made it. You know, I'm out. You know, I'm creating a new life for myself. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm thinking about the future, and maybe at that time, I didn't really think about, you know, what was going on in our country. Even back, this is in 2001. Now I know there were certain things that were going on, not like it is now. Well, I wouldn't say not like it is now. It wasn't caught on video back then, like it is being caught on video now. Right. So we're more aware of it, of what's going on, and seeing it live, right? So I think at that time, I don't know. You know, I don't know if I would have been, you know, the same. You know,
I'm gonna help you
back
out.
then, if it happened in 2001, what's happening now?
Right.
I just believe, me as a person, it would have changed me. Like,
I'm gonna help you out. You were young, and like you said, you were new to all this. Dude, you were thinking about what kind of rims you were gonna put on this Benz. You weren't thinking about local legislators.
Right. It's the truth, though.
It's the truth.
But whose job is it to educate us? A young brother like me at that time.
Exactly.
Nobody, you know, like, I didn't have nobody to look
up
to on that level to educate me and say, hey, you know, this is what you might want to be doing with your foundation. Like, get involved with this. You know what I mean? Like, that's powerful. And I think what's happening now is so many athletes are starting to do that. So it's gonna bring the younger guys up. They ain't gonna have no choice but to follow in line of guys like LeBron that are doing things like this. I think.
And you know what is good? You know what's good about even right here on my show? Yeah, my show is not as big as Jimmy Fallon or all these other shows, but we all have platforms. And for the people that are listening to us right now, I think we're responsible to still be cool, young, fly, young brothers, but still have this narrative going, because what you don't understand is, and I know I didn't know this, when I was coming up in this business, I didn't know who was watching me, man. I didn't know. I was just up there trying to be funny, tell jokes, be on TV, do these TV shows, do these movies. I didn't realize how many up and coming people that I affected. I have some of the hugest stars out there right now that come up to me and be like, dude, I grew up on you. You're one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever seen. You're the reason I did this. Man, you made my day when you did this and that. So I say that to say, you got guys like Reggie Bush, who went on to make his fame and make a way for himself. But the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, my idol was LaDainian Tomlinson. That's who I wanted to be like. That's who I looked up to. You didn't realize that in 2001, because like you said, man, you was just trying to get your money and do what you love to do.
Yeah, yeah, no question. And then at that point, also, when you're young in the game, man, you got so much to prove. So in my mind, I had all these question marks anyway, Alex. Oh, you know, this guy coming from a small school, you know, will he live up to the hype of being the #1 pick? You know, and so all those things, I'm thinking, man, I got to show out, I got to perform.
Exactly.
And you think about, okay, I got my rookie contract, but I'm trying to play 10, 12 years. I got to get to that second contract. Like you think about all those things, and so it can be a lot on you as an athlete, but at the same time, as they say, you know, too much is given, much is required. So you got to understand that as well.
Speaking of football, and I would ask you, what would you say was your signature move? Because, dude, when we look back at your highlight reel of your career, it's crazy. I remember watching every game of your career. I remember seeing it in real time. But when you look back and look at some of your moves and things you did, I was like, this dude is one of the most incredible people I've ever seen in my life with a football. And I saw some straight arms that you did that looked like you put your fist through these niggas' throats and tracheas and their windpipes. Not only did you knock their helmets off, it looked like you took all their spirit out of them. LT, it looked like you were like, how dare you try to tackle me?
Hey,
Was that your signature move? Did you try to make your arms extra strong just so you could do this?
yeah, I mean it's a I don't know if you make your arms extra strong, but the one thing that you understand, like this, it's a punch. It's a legal punch. Like when
Literally.
you stiff arm somebody, you wait till the last minute and then you try to put your fist through their helmet. You know,
And it looked like you did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple times
And
it looked like your fists got caught in their brains. Like you were gonna have brain matter on your goddamn football.
I had a thing about not letting guys get into my body because I believe that's how you get hurt. If you let guys get into your body, like get all the way into you,
right?
There's no telling what's going to happen after that. You can fall the wrong way. Another guy come in and hit you. So I had the stiff arm was my way of keeping guys off of me, and I can control guys with my stiff arm.
Who did you look up to? Who was your top 3 as a kid? Who did you want to be like? Because, every star, I don't care who you are, you got somebody to be like, I wanted to be like that dude. Who was your guy?
I know it.
Walter Payton was my guy, man. Walter Payton, I was
sweetness.
I was like 6, 7 years old, absolutely, when I first started watching him, and it was something about that position that I was drawn to. I don't know what it was. It's what it is. It's the grace of running the football. You're an artist. Like nobody, you can't emulate anybody when you get the football. It's natural. It's a God-given ability.
Right.
It's instincts when you get the ball. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna run just like this dude," because when they trying to hit you, brother, when they try to knock your head off, there's no telling what you're gonna do. You might spin, you might jump, and no telling what you're gonna do. So, but Walter Payton was my guy. He was the reason that I wanted to play running back.
Did you have a little number 34 jersey back in the day?
No, I didn't have. I tried to, make the little rules headband.
I remember that.
He used to wear the rules. I used to try to put the rules on, make the headband and everything. Yeah.
Hey man, just so you know, I'm with you. Even though I was in a whole different part of the country, this is gonna touch you. Watch. No, and put the camera back on LT's face, because I guarantee you, I'm gonna get a reaction out of it. Let me tell you how much I loved Sweetness. Do you remember how he used to hold the ball and run with one hand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then
I know coaches hated that.
He would start high stepping. Hey, bringing up, I remember
with a Jerry curl.
I tried to do that one day in the NFL, my rookie year. I tried to do the one hand. Man, my coach ripped me a new one. My coach, I should have waited till I got some street cred. I should have made the Pro Bowl, all-pro team and did it. Man, I tried in my rookie year. Coach ripped me a new one. Don't you ever do that again. You will never play on this team if you do that again.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Hey, LT, I got to ask you this, dude, because I know you're going to laugh at this. Have you heard of a dude by the name of Tyler Perry?
Of course, yep.
Okay. Let me tell you how balling out of control Tyler Perry is right now. This dude is building, right now as we speak, a 35,000 square foot house. And the dude is building a landing strip, a mini airport at his house, just because. My question to you is, would you build an airport at your house?
Heck yeah, I would. if I was balling on that level and I can build me a what they call a helipad,
right?
Helicopter pad where you can land your man, absolutely. You can just walk out the front door and get on the helicopter, man.
Come on, man. Come on,
man.
Well, he lives in Atlanta, and I always joked about Atlanta is the only place in America where strippers have homes. Your name could be Peaches, and you pay your mortgage with wet singles, okay? and you got
nice
ducks
house too. You
got a nice house. I mean, you can buy a mansion for $300 in Atlanta.
Yeah,
in Georgia.
Speaking of black empowerment, I had a question or comment, which you guys may not have known, that the Oakland Raiders it's a money group that came together and put a bid in with the NFL. They didn't deny it and they didn't accept it, but there's a current bid out there for Oakland Business Owner Group that's attempting to make the first NFL black-owned team. So I didn't know if you guys knew about that, but that just happened this week in the news.
You think that could happen, LT?
Get this straight. Are they buying? They want to bring a team back to Oakland?
Yes, they're trying to bring a team back to Oakland, use that stadium. They pitched a whole proposal and deal in Oakland, and they're a black business group ownership. It's a rich business owner from a black business owner that lives in Oakland. He put a group together. They put a bid in the NFL and said they will play at that stadium. And actually, they don't have rights to the Raiders, but they will make a new team in Oakland and use those facilities.
I think that's great. I mean, I think it's well past time for the NFL to have black representation at the ownership level. Think about this. I mean, how can you not have a black owner sitting at the table with so many blacks in the NFL? I mean, the NBA has one, obviously, in Michael Jordan. But even before that, Mr. Bob Johnson was the owner. The NFL has, in my opinion, the NBA has always been more progressive in that way than the NFL and Major League Baseball. So I think it's time for Major League Baseball and the NFL to have representation from the black community at the ownership level. No question about it.
To me, that's the only way change is going to be made if we're sitting at the table. I mean, you can't have other people speak on behalf of us because they don't know the struggle. They don't know the plight. And you got to, it's kind of like we talked on one of our shows earlier in the year when I believe said it was Beyonce went in there to get a deal with Adidas.
Reebok. Oh, Alex froze up. It was Reebok. Beyonce went into a business meeting with Reebok, and she walked into the room and noticed there was no African-American representation, let alone women representation in the room. And the meeting didn't even go past 5 minutes and was like, thank you, but no thank you, and walked out the room.
Right.
Yeah.
And I salute her for doing that, LT, because she's like, hold up, you're going to make multi-millions and millions of dollars, and there's nobody in this room that looks like me, not even on the goddamn promotion team. Really?
Yeah. Right.
And I think if more of us stand up like that, change will happen.
Absolutely, because we have that type of power. And I remind people all the time, we have that type of power now. But remember, when they first made the laws in this country, we didn't have representation at the table then.
Yeah.
So that's why I remind people, how can we be equal when the laws and policies were never made for us? So we do need to go back and right that wrong. It's the same situation here. At every circles of life, if you don't have diversity, then they need to tear it down and rebuild.
You hit that on the nose. Absolutely. You hit that on the nose. Hey, I wanted to ask you something real quick, man. Involve you in something we were going to bring up today, and this is completely off the subject. LT, are you hip to what's been going on with these versus battles? Have you seen any of them, like DMX and Snoop Dogg? And then there was who else? Who else was there? Said there was
the first one was Timberland and Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of these versus battles?
I've seen the highlights of them. I haven't
Babyface versus Teddy Riley. There was Babyface versus Babyface and Teddy Riley, right? Yeah, but the latest one was, I respect the hell out of these ladies, but I was dying laughing. It was Gladys Knight versus Patti LaBelle. I was like, these niggas is going pancakes versus pies. I'm like, God damn.
Stop it, man. Stop
I'm not lying. I'm like, okay, they going too far. Next week gonna have Smokey Robinson versus Quincy Jones, nigga, for real.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Raul, that's what I want to see. I want to see Smokey Robinson versus. Now you know what? I want to see Charlie Wilson. Huh?
Alex, could you have
Lionel Richie versus Charlie Wilson? Who you got?
Have a comic battle like this, Alex?
What'd you say?
Is that possible to have a comic battle?
You know what? People ask me that all the time. And you know what it is, dude? It's different with us. Because I've been doing comedy almost 30 years now. Nigga, I have 90 hours of jokes. I can literally sit here and nobody talk, and y'all niggas just be on your asses laughing just for so many jokes over the years. So it's not a back and forth with comics. And then, of course, you think, no, but you can snap and Joan and motherfucker, look at your ass with your motherfucker. I mean, yeah, you can go back.
But that's what you
forth.
should do. Yeah, that's what it should be about.
That's what you want to see, LT?
That's the battle. I mean, think about real rap battle. Think about, they get hardcore. See, I like rap battle.
Me
I
too.
like watching it. And so the boys get hardcore. They start talking about your hood and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to get you flustered. They try to get you flustered, right? The same thing with comedy, I think. You can say some things to a dude sometimes that he just like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. I've done it before. Trust me, I'm what's known as LT. You've seen me perform. You've been to my shows. I'm what's considered a writer, right? Like nigga, I looked up the people that I looked up to was like Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, right? Those dudes wrote. They had jokes. They had stories. They could take you on journeys, right?
Yeah.
I look at I'm glad you brought this up, brother, because now I'm about to break this shit down. There's a difference between a battle rapper versus a nigga who could do a song.
Who can make a song,
right? So here's my thing. I'm like you, LT. I could sit down and watch a nigga on a corner and throwing a beat, nigga, and nigga just rip somebody in a brand new asshole. Eminem, when he first came out, the whole 8 Mile thing, battling. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cute. I can watch it also. Right. But you know who I respect? I respect them dudes that got songs that 30 years from now you're going to be singing it. I respect those dudes that got anthems that you're going to be 50 and you're going to be like, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know what I mean? You're going to be 70 years old and you're going to know sexual healing. Like, you know something. I'm a writer. So I say that to say I'm not the battle. Oh yeah, nigga, look at your shoes, nigga. That's why your shirt. That's why you got assy elbows, nigga. What happened to your nails, nigga? Why you get? That's cool, and I get it. People like that shit. But dude. I got stories to tell, and I got jokes to tell. Don't get me wrong. There's a lane for that, LT. There's a lane for that.
And wait, can I just say one thing, Alex?
I wondered if it can be done because it'll be interesting to see. You know, just see something interesting to watch.
Yeah.
The night I met Alex, he was on stage for probably 2 hours going off about this woman, all improv. That shit was a battle, Alex. The whole place was on the floor. I was like, I got to know this mother. I got to know him. You went off. It was hysterical. That was a battle.
I'm glad you brought that up because now I'm gonna bring up another point. Don't get it twisted, LT. I got that bone in my body. You know, like when you say Jay-Z had some of the biggest songs in history. Trust me, if it has to be a battle when you throwing a beat, he would rip a nigga a new asshole.
Absolutely.
Oh, trust me. I mean, you probably seen it at my shows. There's the jokes that I have written that you guys are coming to see. But if a motherfucker talk shit or somebody test me, nigga, I will do 2 hours just on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just the dude.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Yes.
You've seen it. You've seen the shit.
That's what made me bring it up because I know you have that side of you. There's no question you're a great writer. There's no question because your material is off the chain. But I know that side of you that you have to click.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I'm still a nigga from the hood. You know, don't get it twisted. You know, I just made it out that shit. You know what I mean?
Which hood?
South Central, nigga. And you know I can still C-walk with the best of them. I did it at your pool party.
You sure did.
Hey, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre used to call me a Crip choreographer. Like, this nigga ain't ever been on a drive-by, ain't never shot nobody, ain't never been in jail, but this nigga can C-walk his ass off. I'm that dude, LT. I grew up around all of them. I just never got involved to that extent. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people ask me all the time, like, how did you grow up in South Central LA in those times in the 80s when it was the corner of murder and homicide? How did you live? Right? How are you not in a gang? And I tell everybody, oh, I was in a gang. We were just called the Cub Scouts. You get what I'm saying? So my parents, and I thank my parents all the time, LT, and now I do the same thing with my children. I'm going to have my kids involved in so many positive activities that there's going to be no time for you to do ignorant and dumb shit, right? Yeah. For example, I remember being 15 years old and the homie going, hey, T, you rolling with us? You rolling with us this afternoon? I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, let's go. I'm like, what y'all doing? He's like, nigga, we about to rob this liquor store. I was like, okay, what time? He's like, 3 o'clock. I was like, damn, nigga, I got choir rehearsal. Is y'all doing some crimes tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, matter of fact, we are. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a drive-by tomorrow up at the school. You rolling? I was like, what time? They're like 12. I'm like, nigga, I got soccer practice. I was swamped. I was busy. I just couldn't get around to crimes. You know what I mean? My parents had me on a schedule, nigga. I just couldn't do it. Hey, LT, the next time you come to LA, I'm gonna need you to bring those golf clubs, and we got to get out and play, bro.
We will. I got you. I owe you one anyway. So come to my house asking for strawberries.
Hey, LT, let me tell you something. I learned a lot from you over the years, man. Your golf tournaments were amazing. They were classy. They were first class. And that inspired me to do what I did in the community when I started my Pediatric Cancer Foundation, because I saw guys like you that never forgot where you came from, and you gave back, and you used your platform to pull people together to do good things, and that always stayed with me, brother. I never got a chance to tell you I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, man, no problem. I'm glad that I can, obviously, I guess I inspired you then.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
I'm glad I inspired you, brother, because someone had to inspire me.
Yeah.
In order for me to inspire somebody else. But that's what it's about, Alex. We're going to keep on helping each other, get to where we want to get. And
yes, and we're going to do some business.
Our communities are taken care of as well.
Absolutely. And now, the last thing before you go, it's so fucking hard for me, LT, to say the word Los Angeles Chargers. It's so hard. You've been a San Diego Charger all these years, and for them to now be in our back, is it even tough for you to say LA Chargers?
I still get a check, right? It ain't hard.
You keeping it real. You keeping it real. Go LA Chargers. Go LA Chargers. No, so LT, when you come out here, we just gonna. Hey, LT, do you smoke cigars?
Of course I do.
Okay, so
I got a cigar lounge in my house, brother.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was in that bitch at your party too.
That's right.
Dude, when I tell you this dude said, because you smoke cigars with me, when I tell you this dude got the coldest man cave, you feel like you're sitting in the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, smoking a cigar.
Wow.
That's what it feels like. I totally forgot about that, LT. So when you come to LA, because I know you're gonna be here, we're gonna make a weekend. Obviously, you gotta work. But I'm gonna be right there next to you like I'm your little assistant, okay? So we're gonna find a lounge to smoke some cigars. We're gonna definitely get a round of golf in. We're gonna have the families come together, because our wives love each other and just that black family unit with kids, and we do our thing, and we'll come to a game, and we'll talk about planning that next golf tournament, because I'm bringing back the Alex Thomas Celebrity Golf Classic. This is my first time announcing that I'm bringing it back in 2021. I'm honoring LaDainian Tomlinson for all his philanthropy work, him being a great man of his word, a man of the community, a Hall of Famer, and just an all-around solid dude. So I look forward to that in 2021. I appreciate you, brother, with all my heart, being a guest on the Funny Don't Stop show so much. You got, man, one more big round of applause for LaDainian Tomlinson.
Guys, man, it was a pleasure, man. No doubt. I can't wait, brother.
All right, man. Enjoy your day, brother.
Thank you so much.
And social media. Where can we
get? Where can we find you at real quick before you leave? Anything you want to let everybody know how they can either find you? What's coming up next?
Twitter. I'm on Twitter mostly at LT_21. At LT_21.
And then we'll see you this year during the football season. Are you doing any commentating or
NFL? Yes. NFL Network. You can find me on NFL Network on Sundays, Game Day Live, and on Mondays, Total Access Pre.
Okay.
For Monday Night Football.
Absolutely. All right, brother. Tell the wife and everybody we said hello and appreciate you, man.
You got it, man. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. LT, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, was that not amazing?
That was dope.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh my, I mean, that was more than I expected, you guys. I told you he was the coolest, down to earth dude on the planet. Did I not say that, Savvy?
Yeah, real big, man. I could tell by his basic television commentating that he's a real one, man. So that was huge.
Oh yeah, that was huge for him to be that involved and give us all that inside information. And just really, you know what I mean? Really be a part of the show. It wasn't just about football.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about, what's going on in America today. We got to talk about his past. We brought up family. We brought up football. I think all around it was amazing, man.
Yeah, covered all angles, man, more than we expected to.
And I appreciate that everybody chimed in on it too. That was great. What'd you feel, Doc?
Oh man. Super cool, man. When you brought up the fact that Reggie Bush looked up to him, they kind of have the same cool type of demeanor. Like when Reggie came and hung out on the show, he was very cool, very, very super personable, and you can tell like that LT has that same vibe. So you can kind of see some similarities in the two, and just super great guest. And the fact that, we get a chance to see just how brilliant they are when you get the chance to watch them as commentators. Like, they really know the game and are really able to break it down. Like, so it was a pleasure to have him on with us today.
And you know what it is too, Doc? People don't realize I'm really friends with these guys.
Apparently
years.
You get strawberries and, you
like I treat it like the same way I would talk to him on the phone, but I just happen to have my 5 friends with me, and we just happen to have an amazing podcast. Betsy, how did you feel about the interview?
I think he's a great guy. He's a really good guy, super smart. It just seems like an all-around good person.
Absolutely. Raul?
Oh, man. It's always good to see somebody like that, man. Like I said, positive energy all day, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like Doc said, he does kind of his energy kind of reminded me of Reggie Bush.
Right. Sid, what about you?
Of course, anytime we can bring a guest in, it adds depth and layers to the conversation and a different perspective that even we have sometimes. So I think it's great, especially in the climate of seeing sports. So it was great timing and a great guest to bring on. I would even say a host, but I just think it's always good when we can bring in celebrities and professional athletes onto the show.
Absolutely, man. Everybody, real quick, this was a great show. Another one in the books, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, Doc, so we can roll up out of here.
DLC221ENT.
Raul.
The Big Goose, DABIGGUZ.
Betsy Cox.
Bling and Betsy Comedy.
That's what I'm talking about. Said Brass.
You can check me out at SEDBRASS.
Yes. And my boy Savvy Amusing.
I'm Instagram and Facebook, Savvy Amusing.
Hey, somebody just got out of school and they just want to wave and say hi real quick. Come here real fast.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm going to take this off so you can hear her. Hi, Halo.
Hi.
Say hello. Say how's everybody doing? Ask them out. Say how's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Who do you like? Alex with two ponytail.
Who do you see right now? Say who you see. Betsy. Raul.
Savvy.
Doc. And said.
Hey, she did better than Savvy.
Yeah, she did.
Hey, let everybody know where they can find us real quick, man.
Yeah, you can check us out on YouTube, of course. Go on, like us, subscribe us, get the alert so you know when we're going live and be interactive on the show. You can check us out on the Apple Podcast. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on iHeartRadio. And as always, our home is Dash Radio. You can check out our old episodes on Dash Radio. So check us out on all platforms.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all, everybody that's watching us all over the world. We appreciate y'all. Keep spreading the word. Let everybody know that you can be here every single week at
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey, the Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey, the Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey.